Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. A couple weeks ago, I did a video talking about some real beast mode fragrances that were mainly niche. And so I got a few requests to do a designer only version of beast mode. So I thought I would give you the ones. I wouldn't consider all of these beast mode, but they're definitely long lasting. So for me, long lasting is anything between 8 to 10 hours. Anything plus 10 plus would be beast mode. So I've got quite a few. I've got, I think, 11 to share with you. I can't wait to share. But before I get started, I would love it if you would subscribe. I would love for you to become part of the Weird and Wonderful family. So if that appeals to you, if you like a little bit of zany fragrance content here and there, maybe some other stuff thrown in there, I would love for you to join the Weird Wonderful family. Other than that, let's get into this. So I'm going to start with two by Elie Saab, and the first one is Le Parfum. This one is one, if I put it on in the morning, I'm going to smell it all evening. And that was one of the things that I went with was, if I put this fragrance on, can I put anything else on in the evening? And all of these, no, you can't. Like, they just last forever. And so I wouldn't want to be respraying. So actually what I find is when a fragrance is that long lasting, I've got to really be committed for the day. If I want to switch it up part of the way through the day, then I won't reach for these because they just last so long on the skin. So yes, Elie Saab Le Parfum. This is a beautiful white floral, primarily orange blossom with a little bit of jasmine. It's a little bit indolic. It's got some cedar in it and some honey. So what's cool about this fragrance is that it's a beautiful, classy, elegant white floral. You have to like white florals, and it's quite heady. So think of a bouquet of white flowers and you smell that smell and it's like whoosh, like that kind of feel. That's what this one can give you. But I love it. Like, I just think it's so beautiful, sophisticated, elegant, classy. But because of that honey in there with the cedar, this sweetens up on the skin and it's really quite sexy. Like, this is a fragrance that, although it's quite floral and you have to like those florals, guys really like this. So Elie Saab Le Parfum. Honestly, for longevity, Elie Saab Le Parfum Royal also really performs well, but I don't think quite as strong as the original Le Parfum. Girl of Now by Elie Saab is also a really excellent performer. This is warm and nutty and sweet and cozy. It has orange blossom as well. I think that Elie Saab, their kind of signature floral would be orange blossom. I have Girl of Now, the original, I have the Shine version, I have Forever, and honestly, all of them are amazing performers. This is the original, so I wanted to talk about it because I don't talk about it as often. The primary notes that are kind of characteristic of this is the orange blossom mixed with almond and pistachio. There's a little bit of pear in the opening. I don't get that. I mainly just get kind of a vanillic, nutty, warm almond pistachio vibe. It's very, very delicious, warm, and like I said, cozy, quite sexy as well. But this lasts forever on the skin. So I think it's a gorgeous fragrance. Personally, I think I still prefer Shine, but it's hard to say, like, because they're both fantastic. Shine has a pineapple note, which gives it just a little bit of fruit. I want to try pair this with Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. I bet you that would be just a killer combination. But anyway, really, really great, cozy, sensual fragrance for winter, for fall and winter. Love this one. And yeah, this one's going to last at least 8 hours on the skin, if not longer. I'm kind of talking about this in houses today because I've noticed that definitely there are multiples from certain designer houses that I just think outperform all the other fragrances. So the next house that I want to talk about is Mugler. Honestly, so many of their fragrances last forever. Angel Nova, I would say that's beast. So Angel Nova lasts a good 12 hours on the skin, but so does Angel Muse. Now this one is harder to find at this point, but this is just so sexy. It's hazelnut patchouli, sweet, sensual, and this lasts forever. This also has a bit of a hazelnut cacao vibe. So it's just like a little bit of Nutella mixed with patchouli is kind of what you're getting. There's a bit of, I think, grapefruit in the opening. I definitely smell that. Sometimes this smells like a sweet tea. This one is really hard to get nowadays, but straight up Alien by Mugler. This lasts a decent amount of time on the skin too, like all day. Again, probably not more than 8 hours, but it is a powerhouse. The other ones that are fantastic is, of course, Angel. And recently I tried the new Angel Phantasm, and the longevity on that was really excellent too. I don't know if it was 8 hours excellent, but definitely outperforming something like Angel Ice Star. So sometimes they bring out summer fragrances that don't last as long, but oh my goodness, this one, Angel Muse, Angel Nova, Angel Phantasm. I haven't tried many of the aliens over the past little while. I need to again, but this original, and this is the OG. So it's a Terry Mugler bottle. I just love it. It lasts forever. I hear that the new formulation and L'Oreal, like, come on, L'Oreal, like don't mess with perfection, man. Somehow the people are saying that the longevity isn't as good. But yeah, this one is, I put it on the morning. I don't wear anything else. So the next two that I want to mention are L'Interdit by Givenchy and L'Interdit Rouge by Givenchy. So L'Interdit, it is tuberose, pear, vanilla. It's sweet, it's sexy, kind of white floral-esque with pear. Very classy, very sophisticated. Lasts at least 8 hours on my skin. Yeah, really, really thick, kind of a little bit syrupy feeling. Gorgeous fragrance. It's daytime appropriate, but it's still like really quite sexy. This is definitely a compliment getter. But L'Interdit Rouge, this one again, lasts forever on the skin. This one has some ginger. There's some blood orange. The tuberose is kind of a little bit sexied up with more jasmine coming through for sure. It has pimento leaf, which is supposedly kind of a spicy note. It's got sandalwood, patchouli, and vetiver. This is so sexy. Ooh, I'm gonna wear it tonight. I'm going out on a date with my husband, and this is the fragrance I think I'm gonna put on. Like seriously, there's something so deeply sexy about this one. But what I love about it is that as it's on the skin, it kind of like, it's really quite spicy to begin with, but then as it dries down, it gets just a little bit root beer-esque for a while on the skin, but sexy root beer. And then it kind of gets a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit indolic. It definitely has that animalic kind of jasmine-y tuberose vibe as opposed to the bubblegum tuberose in this one. I think the cool thing is that you could kind of wear this during the day and then toss this one on and it wouldn't compete too terribly. But this, like, uber sexy. If you had just these two in your collection, you have to like tuberose. But if you're a fan of tuberose, this for a daytime fragrance and then this for an evening fragrance, beautiful. And like I said, I think you could layer the two and you wouldn't be like, they wouldn't smell terrible together. I think they'd smell fine. So yeah, I love these. And this one, I'd say a good 9 hours out of this one. Now, one that I would consider total beast mode, so to me this lasts a good 10 to 12 hours, is Dior Addict. Now, this is one that I don't talk about very often because it's very, very sexy. This is a fragrance that I literally would only wear at night going out because it's that sexy. I always put this in my diva videos. Like anytime I'm talking about a diva or a villain, this would be the fragrance that I would choose. It has mandarin leaf and orange blossom in the opening, jasmine sandback in the heart, and the base is bourbon vanilla. Definitely the jasmine comes out big time. It's slightly powdery. It's definitely got that animalic jasmine again, so it's super, super duper sexy with a little bit of powder, with a little bit of vanilla. It's a very gorgeous grown-up fragrance, but it's the kind of fragrance, you know, it's a villain fragrance. Like I smell this and I instantly think, ha 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 ha, like that's what comes to mind. But if you want a really strong, sexy, grown woman, like villain-esque type fragrance. To me, Dior Addict is amazing. It's actually a gorgeous fragrance. You need to smell it. Certainly isn't Blind Buy safe, but it's a great one to have in the collection to pull out every once in a while when you want to get on your inner villain. An extremely long-lasting fragrance. Like, I would say this is probably the, well, no, they're like Angel Muse, long time. Addict, long time. This would be probably third on the list, and it would be Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. As I said before, one of my favorite fragrances, actually putting this on, I'm almost tempted to wear this on my date night. This is such a beautiful fragrance. So to me, this is the most beautiful sweet orange, citrus, floral with some woody components that there is in designer realm. Honestly, it's just phenomenal fragrance. Designer or niche or whatever, this is gorgeous. It definitely is vanillic. It's got lots of this sweet orange citrus in the opening, but the sweet orange kind of stays the full time you're wearing this fragrance, which is rare in a citrus fragrance. So it's very feminine, it's classy, it's sweet, it projects amazing. This is a massive compliment getter. Guys love this fragrance. I think I am gonna wear this. Anyway, guys love this fragrance. It's just really pretty. The other thing I really like about this one is there's a bit of a journey on this fragrance. So first, you get a lot of the orange, the florals start to come to play, and then in the dry down, you start to get that wood and that vanilla. So it gets sexier the longer you wear it. The reason why I think that's cool is you put this on during the day, it smells office appropriate, but then as you're coming into the evening, it's just starting to cook on the skin and becoming a little bit more sexy, but it's still projecting fantastically. So this is really, really good value for money. Even though this is one of the more expensive designer fragrances, it's a great investment because it is so long lasting. So love this fragrance. Going back to talking about houses, another house that just does really great value for money, long-lasting designer fragrances is Lancome. So I have La Vie Belle. This one lasts at least 10, if not 12 hours on the skin. It's a powerhouse. It's a massive projector. You have some pear and black currant in there. There's lots of florals. It's patchouli heavy. There's some praline in here. It's super sweet, girly, flirty. Guys love this one as well. It's pretty potent, and I would say that this is definitely not Blind Buy safe either. But if you want a great, sexy, flirty, guy magnet type fragrance that's gonna last literally, like you put it on in the evening. I think it's more date night appropriate. You put it on the evening, you're gonna smell this in the morning. Like, this is good. Now this one I would say is not quite as long. I would say it's on the cusp of 8 hours, maybe a little less, but I wanted to mention it, and that is Idole Nectar. Such a great fragrance. Like, I just never get sick of this. So this is sweet, but it's kind of a little bit heavy. It can be a little bit cloying. This one has a fresh edge because of that Idole kind of watery rose feel. So really, really pretty. Smells like peonies to me. So really, really sweet. It's got vanilla, popcorn, and I think caramel in here. It's just delicious. It's vivacious, it's energizing, it's flirty, it's fun. To me, this fragrance is the life of the party. If you are that girl that just goes around and says hello to everybody and is so happy and everyone kind of wants to flock to you, put this one on because people will flock. And there's never been a time that I have put this on that I haven't gotten compliments. So it's just a fantastic fragrance. And again, great value for money because it lasts a long time. This would be just a pretty signature scent, but honestly, all the Idoles are really quite beautiful. I think that the original Idole is a lot more business. So a little bit more stately, a little bit more demure. This one's a little bit more vivacious and crazy. So as a result, I love it. The last one, I was hesitant to mention it because I've put it on and I thought, it only lasts about 6 hours, but I wore it the other day and seriously, I smelt it from the time I put it on to the time I went to bed. But that said, it was major, like noticeable, like beautiful scent bubble for about 8 hours. So I found the longevity on this one to be really excellent, although that might be debatable. Some people might not find it as excellent. And it is Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion. I am more and more in love with this fragrance. It has panna cotta, there's orange blossom, there's candied lemon, there's some rum in here, there's some vanilla. I thought it had ginger in it. I actually, for whatever reason, when I was wearing this the other day, I just kept on thinking it would smell so good with anything gingery. So I want to put this with Spicy Delice, actually, and try that, because I think that they would work really well together. I don't know what it is about this, but there's a little bit of a zinginess. I don't know if it's in the panna cotta or the rum or whatever, but this is like a boozy, candied lemon vanilla fragrance with a whole heck of a lot of orange blossom. I think it's cozy. I think it's warm and just so enjoyable to wear. Like, I loved smelling myself all day. There's just enough booze in there to make it like sexy. I just love this fragrance. Like, I can't get enough of this one lately. So love, love, love it. What about you? What are your thoughts on all of these? Do you find that the longevity is good, or do you disagree with me? Please leave it in the comments if you've tried any of them, and please list off the fragrances that are designer that you think are amazing in longevity. There are quite a few others, like Flora Botanica lasts 10 to 12 hours. But that's harder to get nowadays. So if you have some really excellent ideas on long-lasting designer fragrances, please leave them in the comments, and be sure to look at the comments as well, people, because there are so many great suggestions that come out from our community. So that is it. And I just want to say thank you to all of you for participating in the comment section. Sometimes it's hard. Like, I'm working, I'm doing lots of editing, putting out 3 videos a week. I'm looking after my household and my son. So sometimes it gets a little bit busy for me to keep up on the comments. So if I lag behind, please forgive me. It's hard for me to keep going. I do try to look at them and heart them. Lately, it's been a little bit harder than before. So that just speaks to how awesome you guys are in all of your comments. But if you want to get more information, it's always good to look in the comment section, because people give lots of great recommendations, and there's lots of good discussion that goes on there. And that is it. Have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.